Southern Mallee Giants report time, and a bit of a blast from the past coming up tonight because we've got back on the program Coleman Schache. He's back. Great to have you back, Coleman.
Good to be back, Flo, man. Been a while since I've talked to you.
Yes, it has been. Sammy White, he's actually flown the coop. He got that injury, but he's gone to America on us.
He has. He's got his injury, got his surgery done and spat the dummy and, took off on us. So he's taken a little well-deserved break over there for a couple of weeks. So good to rest up for him.
He certainly needs to with that injury, and it's maybe good to see family and others there with his partner. It's a great initiative. Now, this is interesting because let's take a look at some of the things that are on the field, because the Southern Mallee Giants 11-14 at Beulah got up and beat Stall the Warriors 8-5. Coleman, a very, very good win. The Stall Warriors are a good side, but this is an excellent performance from your boys.
Yeah, it was. It was Stall were coming off 4 wins in a row, I think. So they were in red-hot form, and they're one of the teams that were, sort of vying for that finals position. Like, it's pretty bit of a logjam there at the moment. So they were going to come hard, and they're always tough to beat. So we got off to a good start, and they challenged us in the third quarter. They had the scoring end, and they come hard in the third, but the boys are up to the challenge, and we steadied the ship and then kicked away in the last quarter. So it was a good win, and we're obviously aiming for the top 3 spot with the position we're in to get the double chance. So we've got to win those games, and we did. So it was good.
Yeah, well done. Zach Robbins. Now, I remember in years gone by doing these reports, he was the best back pocket going around in the comp. He's just booted 5 from the forward line, and he's saying, why haven't I been up here earlier?
He is. I don't know what we've wasted him there for half his career, I think, in the back pocket. So obviously you would have been talking to Sammy. We've had a few injuries over the last month, and Zach, he's been a bit of a revelation for us. Put him up forward, and he's bagged 5 goals, and that goes along with a couple of goals each week in the previous weeks too. So he's one of the reasons why we're still being able to get some good wins with a few of the boys injured.
Is he one of the best celebrators of a goal in your side?
He can be sometimes. Depends if he's seeing red or not. If he's a bit angry enough, he can definitely get up and about. Sure.
Oh, that's nice to hear. And so very, very interesting here, because the better players on the score sheet here, it is interesting to read that Billy Lloyd's coming on brilliantly for you. Obviously, you're one of the regulars in the better players yourself. Liam Price always in the regular in the better players. But this is interesting because we've got Mikitja Return-Onus as one of your regulars again this year in the best players. And Liam Nelson, I haven't seen him too often there, so that's great to see Liam up there.
Yeah, it is. And, like you said, Billy and Nick are in the midfield. They're playing a lot of midfield time, and they're getting better and better. Obviously new to the club this year, and they're starting to gel really well with our ruckman and other on-ballers like myself and Lou. They're getting better and better, and, a huge reason why we're getting wins as well with a few of the other boys injured.
Yeah, and you've got a number of them that are injured right now, which are first-choice players, so it's a pretty good effort. Thought the twos come out pretty well and tried pretty hard. They scored 4 goals. They were done by the Stall side 10-15. Stall in the reserve grade, a pretty solid outfit. They go deep with their club in 4th place on the ladder. So I think credible effort from your 9th place side taking on 4th to play reasonably well.
It was a bit more of a competitive effort than in the last couple of weeks. They hung in there and they weren't too far out of it at half time, and then Stall just were a bit too good in the second half and ran away with it a little bit. But it was definitely a solid effort from the boys. It was a big Bubba Lehman back. It was good to have him back at full forward with the big presence that he brings. So that no doubt lifts the boys up a little bit. And hopefully over the next month or the next sort of 4 weeks, we start getting a few more of our injuries back in the seniors and reserves, which, we obviously know that filters down to the reserves. And they can get back to some of the form they had at the start of the year.
Yeah, great stuff. I did see that Taylor Donnan, we were chatting about him last week, he doubled his scores for the season. He went to 2 goals for the year, and he booted another 2. He's doubled his season tally to 4 for the year. A massive performance from the great man.
Yes, you might have been listening to you, getting a bit of motivation from yourself, I'd say. And, I'd say, like we said before, with Riley Lehman coming up the forward line, he'd obviously take the best defender, which frees Turbo up, and he's made the most of it.
He certainly wouldn't. The celebrations would have been certainly even to the equal of Zach Robbins in the seniors. This is the game, though, that really showed what is going to be a tough year for the Southern Mallee Giants 14s. They came in against Stawell. Stawell beat them 8-9, 57 to 2 points. We were hoping that they might just be a bit more competitive against Stawell, but they were found that Stawell just a bit bigger bodied and bigger size and able to beat your young lads.
They were, yes. It's always a really good matchup when we play Stawell in the 14s. So I think of all the teams that they've played against, they've definitely had their fair share of wins against Stawell. So it's always a good matchup. But Stawell were just a bit too strong and too big over the ground and got the job done. But it was a good crowd there watching the 14s, and they've really come along this year. It's been really enjoyable to watch them, actually, how Lewin's got them playing really good footy, and they're having a real crack and had their fair share of wins, and you can see the smile on their faces when they're coming off when they play some really competitive footy. They're loving it. So they've developed huge this year. Yeah,
it's been great. Maxie Roberts, Kobe with a Y, Hallam, Charles Williams and Leith Horman, Jackson Moore and Ollie Credlin were the better players on the day, and it was probably the disappointing factor in that loss is it puts the Southern Mallee Giants back into 6th place on the ladder, and they have a bye this weekend, and so that's going to make it. They played the 9 games. Ararat, who are above them, have played the 8 games for the year, so it will be tough for them. Now, there's a goods and services auction next week. That's going to be an important occasion for the club, and a few donations. Are you getting that log of wood from out of the paddock, that back paddock? You got that trailer load going this year, Coleman?
No, not this year. Don't have the trailer load of wood going. But, there's a few really good items in there, so I definitely encourage everyone to get online. It's obviously COVID. The silver lining of COVID gave us a few good ideas, and they run a good show with half of it online and half of it live on the night. So you can get on the Giants page and have a look at the links. And, I think there's some really good things from corporate boxes in grand finals to obviously your lambs and a few golf days and everything like that. So, it should be a great night. It's always a massive night for the club. Everyone gets around it and puts their money in and has a good time. So, get online and, I'll wait to see what you buy, Flo man.
Good stuff. Hey, what about the reunion too, the Beulah Footy Club with the old premiership reunion? That's coming up too, isn't it?
It is. I can't remember exactly what date that is, but that's their 2003 reunion, and I think a reserves possibly as well. I can't remember that, but definitely they're seniors. So, that'll be a good day for the club. Get a few faces back there, the well-known faces that, obviously moved on, and it'd be good to see them all, and no doubt they'll have a big night.
Yeah, and big night too. Big day because you haven't got a game this weekend. You rest up. A few blokes probably head over to Rainbow and have a look at some Horsham District football over there. Given that the old mate, Clint Burdett's coaching those Pimpernaya boys, and Big McNally is the ruckman at Pimpernaya these days, it might be some of your fellas will catch up with them. You might be trying to sign them up before the June 30 deadline.
Geez, I don't know about that, taking the coach before the June 30. No, there'll definitely be a few carloads going over there, I reckon. Not too far away, 25 minutes away. Have a look at the neighbours battling it out, and a few Giants, ex-Giants faces pulling on the Pimpernaya jumper. So it'd be, good to catch up with them and watch them kick the footy around. Should be a good game.
Yeah, good stuff. Good to have you back, Coleman, with the great man, Sammy White, and he's just flown the coop, Sammy, the injured foot, and resting him up for a little bit, and we'll look forward to footy being back with you blokes next week. You've got a good run home. You've got 7 straight games, I think, right through to the end of the season.
Yeah, we do. So everyone's getting their last break for the year until we have that 7 games in a row. The charge to hopefully a long finals campaign. So resting up, ready to go. Looking forward to the back half of the year.
Good stuff. Great to have Coleman Schache back, and good to be speaking to you again, Coleman. You have a great weekend.
Lovely to catch up again, Flo, man. You too.